Hi friends, I'm Nadezhda Bugaeva. Here's the channel LiterMort. I'm here with a few words about VV's Vertigo Eyes, a new song from the No Noir album, and the lyrics of which are of high literary value. This song is actually a poem, and this song is a genre, a lyrical genre, and as if it depicts a love story which has a beginning, its continuation and the end. And so the first stanza, Into the Gloom, it's kind of the beginning. How does the lyrical character of VV, how does he start his journey? If love is a journey, just like life is, so he starts and he's heading toward the gloom. The path of a human being is unclear, undisclosed before his eyes. And to start love is also devoid of clarity, and the clarity is possibly what is needed for the happiness to happen. Another halcyon day of doom is an oxymoron, contradiction of halcyon day, happy surroundings, and the doom which comes upon a human whether they want it or not. So every new, seemingly peaceful day can turn out to be the doom falling upon the head of one of us. And to get involved into a love affair is making a step into the gloom. VV's character. In every song there's his character, a man searching for love, searching for his way, searching for answers for many questions of his. He says, from the darkest of dark rooms, a lament so out of tune, but it rings true. And the darkest of the dark rooms, what exact place is that? What is implied by this periphrasis, the darkest of the dark rooms? Isn't it where the heart is hidden? The heart, the most sensitive, vulnerable organ of a human, the darkest of the dark rooms, where the heart is hidden. And from there, from deep there, the lament sounds. Interesting, the motive of lament, the song of our deads. What kind of lament is that? That of VV's character, or maybe being sensitive. The man hears enough the sound of the world around. Sometimes on internet I get a glimpse of kind of videos. Hear the sound of the universe, the cosmos, and actually it does have some noise. It sounds like lament, and VV's character can catch it. Others are deaf, blind and heartless, and like robots or like living dead, they move along their life routes without hearing, getting it. But VV's character does hear that lament, and he adds up his own one to the lament of life, the sorrowful sound of the universe. Why is it so out of tune? In one of other songs, I think in the No Noir, there was a metaphor of the character having his heartstrings also disheveled, somehow having problems with those heartstrings. It's a metaphor. The heart, the inner world of a man, of a human, is a musical instrument, and when the inner side of us, the most sensitive, soft side, it's disheveled, it's out of tune, It means we are on the dark side, we are either depressed or maybe distressed, feeling out of place, feeling we don't know where we actually belong. It's a crucial question. If to belong, then where to? If not, then why not? And so this song is about a human being feeling, if he were an instrument, he would have been the one out of tune, trying to sound right in the orchestra, but not doing it pretty well. Like, you know, that black sheep in the love-letting song. The single black one in a beautiful herd of white ones, and so the only out-of-tune instrument in a beautiful orchestra, which seemingly sounds so fine, but is it enough? Is it enough to make a kind of stigmata on that poor instrument, that okay, it's a wrong one, just because at a certain time of life it sounds a bit out of tune? For a human being, is it a reason to be deprived of love? Certainly not. And this is why VV adds after that a line, but it rings true. Just see how unexpectedly it sounds. The instrument of one's soul being out of tune. And what will others expect out of such a heart having problems with its strings? Of course that it sounds false. And what a great mistake. It does sound true. It does sound true. And now see this antithesis. The beautiful instruments with the strings seemingly on the surface looking absolutely fine, and probably not so true to sound when it comes to sounding. And this little beautiful instrument of VV's with its poor little strings out of tune, but the only one in the orchestra sounding true. This gives us an antithesis of the two worlds, the false one, that one round, and the true one, the one within the VV's character's heart. The bigger world, having no sympathy for the little black sheep, notwithstanding how truly the broken strings sound, and the truth been so unideal from the sight and the falsehood looking on the surface so tons better than the actual truth. The VV's character is in the search, on his searching path for the truth, and it is the motive of a path. Life is a path, and love is a path too. And so on his search for the truth, he comes upon his lyrical lady character, the one which is coming further with the blue eyes. Further on, it's mentioned in the song. Hinterlands saw thumbs for the moon at profane discotheque I love yous. Pretty interesting stanza. Hinterlands saw thumbs. We know thumbs up. It's something. It's approval. It's an approval. The approval that of the society, the one everyone is hunting now. Everyone is in such great need for the social approval. It seems once we're not approved socially, we will fall into pieces, won't we? And saw thumbs. This motive of soreness, of the sickness, it comes from the way the character understands the world around the way he feels it. This sickness of the society, of the search for the approval of those so-called likes, and the necessity to be every new morning of every new day to be approved once again, because the new day kind of destroys all the successes that we've built before. At Profan Discotheque, a satire of the false society, of the false values, sick values. You see, this sickness, it's not about the heart of the character. The character is actually all right. Maybe his heartstrings are not absolutely fine. Whose are, after all? Those who look fine on the surface, they're under that false surface, they're hiding. Maybe they have no strings at all. But VV's instrument is fine. It rings true, as he says. So this sickness is about what he feels around. Yeah? The little island of truthness is hidden inside and around the social surroundings. They're far less true, far less right. Another image of the Ed Profan Discotheque is the satire of the society, as I said. Ed Profan Discotheque, isn't it the image from the Nova video of the discotheque of falsehood, and the only true character, which is VV's, trying to get hidden within his heart, the only little island sounding true. The inability of a human to find a place to belong, in a place where it's a true shame to belong. If you belong among the heartless creatures, among the false standards, then how can you stand your own self belonging in such a vile place? So VV's character can be kind of proud, a little bit proud of not belonging there. This is, the separation of a human from the society whose standards are too much far from the truth, from what universally is moral. The looks are not of that highest importance. Your instrument can be pretty shining, but just to see if it's all right or not, just let's hear it sounding. Not every shine instrument sounds true. And those I love yous, which VV mentions, don't they sound false? And if choosing between those false I love yous, which are in abundance, like dead leaves falling on your head, and the silent truthfulness of one's heart, what will you choose? VV has made his choice. He doesn't need those false I love yous. And then there comes the refrain, the most important line of the song, which is the title line, Vertigo eyes blue, and the blue stands visibly on the grammatically wrong place, because the blue must actually stay before the eyes. It's an inversion, and it syntactically, from the point of view of the sentence, it puts aside the word blue, making an emphasis on it for a purpose. Everything is done for a purpose. The vertigo is a metonymy. This is the impact, the eyes, and those are the eyes of the beautiful lady. The effect the eyes have on the man, vertigo, the shaken feeling that you can't find your stable place, the feeling of this shakiness coming from the look of the eyes. Interesting enough, in this love affair, the man doesn't find the stable place to belong. And the epithet blue, the adjective standing on the unusual place, blue is the color of the eyes, and that is the color of the skies. And generally, you expect from the blue the heavenly truthfulness, something good. It's the color of the eyes, which is opposed to the fire, and the fire, the warmth a person is looking for in the love affair. There's the next line, heart come out of hiding. The little heart is hiding. Where? In the darkest of the dark rooms, within the chest. The heart is scared. The heart is scared to get out of hiding, to enter this gloomy path, to face the false smiles, the masks, the edge-proof and disc attack. But what choice does VV's character do? He chooses not to stay in hiding forever, just because it's easier, to get totally separated from the society with which you have no bonds, nothing common, nothing to comfort your thirst. He chooses to get into that path and to face the destiny, after all. It's a brave act, bravo, the act of bravery actually. And the little heart gets into the dialogue with VV. He's asking his little heart out, okay, the little one, come on, let's get out. Let's see what life has for us. And the next line is, I'm lost and found in you. In the heart, everyone is lost and found in their own heart. And if this is the question of actually belonging anywhere, then in their own heart is the only place we can belong. We can't belong with the society once we feel our moral values and those around us too different. We can't belong with our loved ones, our beloveds, because there comes a day they leave us alone. And this is the question of belonging anywhere in life, where to belong. And if you can't belong with the society just because they don't understand you, they can't share with you because you won't accept what they have to share, and neither can you share with those, since they're not ready to accept what you have in your own heart to give, then what is it? Not belonging anywhere. It's too sad. The only place, VV says, the only place where one can belong is in their own heart, nowhere else. This is our only hiding corner, and the only place we truly belong. Everyone is lost and found in their own heart. And we get lost in our own heart when we are too scared for the world round to stamp upon our heart. If a heart is a butterfly, there will always be someone's big boot to stamp on it. But you can't get hidden forever in the darkest of the dark rooms. And it's up to us if we feel bravery to finally get found. And VV's character in this song, he feels he's got his bravery to get found, and he does get. The man is found in their own heart. And it's not our lovers that help us get found. People do get found by themselves. The moment they feel they can be. Another line of interest is I'm falling for the truth. For the second time, the truth is repeated. It means that the character, VV's character, is in search of the truth. He is a truthful one, opposed to the society. Having never heard such a sound, a word as truth. Falling for the truth. You expect someone to be climbing up for the truth as something high, beautiful, but unexpectedly, VV's character is falling for it. What is it? Again, you expect that truly high, beautiful things are those which belong to heavens, which are beautiful on the surface. No. The beauty is not about the surface. Neither is the truth. The real truth is in the heart, is in what cannot be seen on the sight. And VV shows us how it's worth it falling for the truth. The truth is enough reason to fall for it. Again, see what an opposition of the beautiful surface, which you expect to have something good inside, and the surface of a tramp, of a poor one, of someone who isn't up to the high standards, but inside having the real truth. You know, like the character of Charlie Chaplin, the tramp, who is a real gentleman, though he's a tramp. Yeah? The prince and the pauper. Actually, VV's character is a prince in the heart, being a pauper for the society. The society pretends to be rising high, though no truth comes out of it. Rather the opposite. And the noble tramp, the real prince at heart, he's fallen in the eyes of the society. Maybe he's already fallen, maybe in the process. But he's doing that for the truth. And that search for the truth, the moral search, it kind of gives an excuse to all the falls and whatever is done. It has its sake. Again, one more thing, life consists of the falls and the rises. And sometimes when searching for the truth takes from us, requires from us certain falls, a certain fall can become an act of truthfulness. And finally, there are many repetitions of the refrain, vertigo eyes blue, and then just when we feel it's okay, maybe it's gonna be all right, maybe okay, blue, little bit icy, far from fire, far from the warmth. Those are not the eyes that give warmth, that give stability, the feeling of belonging, but better than nothing in that lonely little corner of the heart. And that very moment that you think that maybe it's gonna be all right, okay, who is an actual ideal, yeah? Nobody. VV's character isn't, and the blue-eyed beloved isn't, okay? Little bit icy, not warm enough. So what? Well, a human, far from any standards, is so much better than an actual loss of a human in the darkest of the dark rooms. And then there comes the line, the next one, the vertigo eyes, black light blue. Black light blue, what is that? Black light is an oxymoron, striking contrast between the black and the light, making up a dichotomy of the light and the dark, the main dichotomy on which the lyrical heritage of the VVs is established upon. Yeah, an establishment of the VVs, that one which is worldly and made of music. Blue is actually black light. What is black light? It's the neo-noir, the false black light, the light which isn't actually light. You expect it to be light, but it turns out to be black in the end, and it doesn't light up anything. Yeah. And those blue eyes, the only social contact of the character, they come in the end to be just a part of the neo-noir society around. Seemingly so. You cannot find solace in the black light, in the falsehood. And can there be any togetherness between the man who is in the search for the truth and the blue, which turns out to be the black light? Again, yeah, you step into the gloom, you are searching, searching, searching. You are getting a piece of blue, a glimpse of the sky, a piece of ice, and it turns out to be black. The untruthfulness of the world round of the society is actually poison, poison noir, poison in every heart round. False standards, as I said, the lack of devotion, lack of warmth, of the truly beautiful moral things, without which happiness is not possible. That is the real poison. It poisons all the hearts around, and VV's character, having found a heart to be together with, bitterly finds out in the end that that heart has actually been poisoned with poison noir, with the black light. Bitterly enough, in the end, the happiness of the two is not possible just again. Thank you for your attention.